Well, without any further ado, I shall hand you over to Paul Hackett, who tells me he's trying to do something that he's never tried to do before. So you're in for a real treat. Paul, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Can everybody hear me at the back? Bit of feedback. Okay, my name's Paul Hackett, and you are looking at probably one of the most long-serving UK members of the Digiscoping world. 20 years I've been doing this. My first Birdfair was 2001. In an attempt today, I want to try and bring you up to date with the modern technology of what we know is phonescoping. That is the art of attaching a phone to a scope. Let's go. So, why phones? Because most people carry a mobile phone. Most birders carry. Very easy, very quick to get those chance moments and put it on. Most birders nowadays, you know, they use it to record what you see. So if you spot an unusual bird, you don't have a camera, use your phone. You see bird behaviour which will become apparent at the end of this, slightly towards the end of this talk. And also, people don't realise the microphone on the iPhone, it can record sound. So think about this. Pictures, video, sound, all in one unit. Very compact. Obviously, every phone can take a picture. It obviously depends on the sensor, the camera sensor inside the phone. Some do have better quality sensors than others. This is, obviously, with the way I've looked at it, I started off with a 4S, an iPhone. I've kept in the iPhone stable. I'm now an Apple person. There could be Android users in the house. How many Android users? Okay, back down. How many Android users phonescoping? Okay, nice to meet you guys. All phones will work, but the more popular stuff that's working at the moment seems to be the iPhones, the Samsung series, and Sony, and how do we pronounce this last one? Huawei? Huawei? Thank you very much. So, if you want to spend money and you won the lottery, or going to win the lottery tonight, I would suggest either the iPhone X or 8 Plus, the new Samsung S9, S9 Plus, the S9 Note, and this new Sony Xperia, and also this, how do you say it? Huawei, the Pro 20 Plus, which has got 3 cameras. Okay, if you're not sure, take your kit into the shop, okay? Or look online. Plenty of information, we'll get to that in a minute. So, this is a new biggie for me. I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about this. In the old days of phonescoping, we would put that phone across to the scope, and we would have this thing that's the limitation of phonescoping, which is the vignetting, the black corners. So your camera, essentially pre 2 years ago, had a wide angle lens in it, just one lens, and obviously not designed for what we're trying to do. So with the advent, you've got to use the zoom eyepiece to zoom up and use the muscle, pure optical power of your zoom eyepiece, rather than so much I see at Bird Reserves. The fingers go on the screen and they stretch the screen. You stretch that screen, you're stretching the pixels. It's not good. The best way to do it, this is the best tip ever, if you've still got an old wide-angle phone with a wide-angle lens, put it on, actually move it up and down slightly with the adapter it's on. You'll find you might get a little more millimetre or two of the black receding, and then crank up. So most people with the scopes now will disappear about 40, 45 mag, and then you do maybe just a little touch to clear it. That's the wide angle. The revelation now, this year primarily, and I've spent a good 6 or 8 months doing this, and you'll see the results at the end. You can put it on to a wide angle zoom eyepiece, so your eyepiece is 25 times. You've got no vignetting at 25. So the benefits are absolutely phenomenal. Why? Because at that lower mag, at 25, it's as sharp as a button. It's bright. The shutter speed on the auto will pick up and you'll capture movement, because at 45 or 48 mag, the image has gone slightly darker and softer. So the image is really, really soft. So with a 2 times optical times 25 is 50 mag. So you start off at 50 mag, that's around over 1,000 millimetre. You start to get this, I mean, we can go as high with the Kowa equipment with an extender on it. We can go up to like 5,000 millimetres, which is something like 96 mag. We lose about 6% light, but it's possible. So these are the phones I've just talked about briefly. If you already got a scope already, then utilise it. Zoom eyepieces are better than wide-angled eyepieces, wide-angle fixed mag. The bigger the objective on the scope, for the people who don't understand what that is, that's the objective, the actual diameter of that. More light, because obviously we don't have Miami weather in the middle of October at Rutland Water, do we? We have the wind and the rain. So light is everything. A sturdy tripod and a head are essential, okay? For smoothness. We at Kowa have introduced a system. I'll briefly touch on it. Too many people have been coming to our stand for the last 5 or 6 years, and this is the conversation. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, I'm fine. I just want to come up and say to you, my 17-year-old scope, I absolutely love it. It's brilliant. Are you interested? No, sir, I'm not, but I just want to tell you how good it is. Gone. So we realised we had a market of people, and if you think about what's happening in our optics market, nobody else is doing this. So some of our Japanese colleagues who are at the back have come in to see me talk. They produced new type eyepieces for old technology. So they put new coatings on that, and we've also made adapters for camera adapters and phone adapters. We do not make a lot of phone adapters, but we do make some, and we call this a System S. Please come down to our stand if you've got an old Kowa, we can help you. Okay, that's a quick plug. Next one. Okay, which dampers? You can have handhold, very, very difficult. People have a steady hand. My tip, if you don't want to spend the money, you're really mean about your money, take the eyepiece, move around and find when the light is, have your finger and take a picture. But it's very, very, very difficult. People do handmade ones, DIY adapters, that's fine. Universal adapters, there's loads on the market, and this gentleman here has just come in nicely for me to go, thank you. Could you just give Kev a round of applause, please? He's gone all back to get the report. Thank you very much. Technology is a wonderful thing. Oh, Kev! How many people does it take to change a light bulb? And now we've got another gentleman as well from Kowa with me. Thank you, sir. Right, so, universal adapter. So if you're not sure, look at a universal adapter. We at Kowa only make a couple of the iPhone adapters and the Samsungs. Phonescoping are here on the New Pro stand. They do customised adapters and they do universal adapters. Also the Nova grade one as well, which actually does work. So here we go. This is good. This is good. You just sort my sound out. 2, 3, 4. Quickly. That's good. Volume on. Okay. Quick question. Hands up, please. This is a quick survey. Very, very quickly. How many people in the room have come to see my lecture today that do not have an idea about phonescoping? Just put your hands up. So it's all new. Right, that's around 40%. Hands down. So the rest of you are all phonescopers. So I've got my brethren in 110. This is mega for me, believe you me, seriously. Okay, so next one on. Okay, so we're going into a world now where it's not just enough to take the picture, okay? You've got to start learning a little bit more, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you've got your Android phone, or your iPhone, you can use the native camera app. What I've found is I've started to look around the net, and there are various apps that you can get for free and ones that you can get for cost. So quickly, I use the Phonescope app. It's been out about 2 or 3 months. They've done 3 updates on it already, and it's a very, very simple thing to use. And if your phone's got 4K video capability, it handles that. Very, very simple to use. The Pro camera one I use, this has been the eye-opener as well, along with the 2x lens situation. It has the ability to shoot in RAW, JPEG, TIFF, HEIF. So that's 4 types of file size types. For me, if you are a cropper, where you crop your pictures, where we are big and bold in the phonescoping world, we like to see detail, with a file that's set at TIFF, or RAW even, you can have the phone, you can have the software to change that. We'll talk about that briefly in a minute. So what we're looking at is Phonescoping Pro camera, and for Android users, camera, a Snapseed for the editing. For post-processing, I would suggest Snapseed. It's free from Google. Adobe Lightroom, you now got hooked into the paying the monthly free, but it's good. I use Lightroom a lot. So ladies and gentlemen, I actually edit my picture on my phone. I took the leap of faith, and I very rarely use my laptop. So if you've been following me at all, how many people follow me? Oh my God, right, you've got people in the room. Oh, brilliant. So for me, I took the faith, and you can do it. You can actually do it. You just got to be really honest about it. Okay, technique tips. Take loads of pictures. Delete the bad ones later. Buy a battery backup. Absolute essential, because the life on batteries these days, not good. Use a timer on a static bird if you can. Also, if you've got some headphones for the iPhone series, use the headphones, plug it into the headphone socket. Even on the new ones, you can buy a small adapter to go into the 7 Plus, 8 Plus, the X, and use the plus button to take a picture. Because if you're thinking about it, you're shooting at a high shutter speed. What the situation we've got is a very high mag. If you touch your finger on the picture to take the picture on the button, you create your own vibration. The picture's blurred. But if you've got that shutter in, the headphones, and press the shutter button, your hand's not touching. Fantastic. Another convenient way is a Bluetooth dongle. Up to 5-10 quid, eBay, Amazon. Connect it up Bluetooth wise, and you can take the picture. It'll do burst mode and stop and start for video. Okay, how are we doing, Kev? We're having a good show. We can't watch Netflix here, we're not licensed. Right, okay, we're doing good. Okay, don't forget to use video. It's too bad for bits. Use your app if it's got metering. Use the Zoom eyepiece to enlarge the pic. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about this, but we've had a few things, but we're trying to do our best here. Phonescoping is not a suitable substitute for DSLR, but it's getting closer, okay? We've got links, so you've got birdforum.net, the old favourite, I've been there for years. Steve Kirk, the owner, was here yesterday, seeing me. Facebook, there's loads. Phonescoping, worldwide face Digiscopers, Digiscoping. YouTube, and obviously we've got our own YouTube channel for tips, help, and lots of information. Okay, right, that is 7 years old now, an iPhone 4S at 60 times on that scope. You can actually see me in the corner, in the eye. The bird came so close, we were on the path, we stayed with the bird about 3 or 4 minutes. If anybody's encountered a rogue, capercaillie, everything and anything that moves is fair game for it. It comes straight out the woods, crashing through, and just paused, and I just got this shot. Would you say that's quite good for a picture from a phone? Thank you, that's made my day. So, I live in Hertfordshire, and there's a couple of churches that still have a small populations of spotted flycatchers. Love it, absolutely love it. Spanish Imperial Eagle Juvenile over in Spain. I love this shot because of the shadow, not because it's brightly lit. Too many people say, oh, I'll clear that all off with Photoshop. No, that's how the picture was. Forget the twigs, that's how it was. Go natural. Everyone's favourite, so easy to do. Farne Islands, love it. Anybody been to RSPBR over the last 2 years? Nightjar turning up there brilliantly, showing out the day out in the visitor centre. I had to wait 3 hours, it only woke up twice. Next one. Spotted Sandpiper over in the Lake District last year showed so well this adult. Amazing it was, absolutely amazing. That is a 4K video grab, ladies and gentlemen. 4K video grab, frame by frame, 30 seconds per frame, froze it, took a snapshot with the phone. Another tip, when you're playing video, pause it, clear the screen, and then take a screen dump, and then play with that, okay? London, down near the Thames in January, there's a small reserve right on the bank of the River Thames, surrounded by high-rise flats. This lovely Jack Snipe decided to stay there, and it was a snowy, wintry, windy day, and that's been shot on 60 times. That is the maximum zoom, yet again showing the potential of our Kowa scope. Everybody's favourite, I just love shrikes and wrynecks in this country. I believe there was a wryneck on this reserve yesterday. So we talked about it. Nobody heard about that? Oh, thank you. Next one. And this is another 4K video grab. Am I impressing you a tiny bit, the potential? Yeah, just use that phone. That is from a phone. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have thought it possible. Next one. Okay. Okay, mate? There we go. 2, 3. And this is 4S. So I've used a 4S, a 6S, and I now use a 7 Plus. Okay, next one, please. Right, this year up in Scotland, that's probably the best quality I can get with Phonescoping. I was probably maybe 9 years, 10 yards, thank you. 9 yards, 10 yards from it. This was a lazy male. If we think he was feeding 2 nests, he would go away for long periods. Yet again, the lady had to provide the food for the kids.
You want a name free print of this picture?
Yeah, if you want to see it afterwards. So, as we say, pretty good. That again is a 4K video grab, and it's now leading up to the video that I've never shot video film. So ladies and gentlemen, please bear with me. We're going to try and show this now, and we hope with all the technology we've brought into this room that it will work. Please enjoy. He comes back at the end just to say hello. Quickly, I know I'm running out of time. That has been a journey of trepidation. Thank you for the applause, that meant so much to me. In 20 years of Digiscoping, I was absolutely bricking it coming in here and showing you that. Can I just give a round of applause for my good friend Rob, who edited that for me. 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
Really close to being out of time here, because you've got a lot of kit to take down. But please tell everybody where they can come and chat to you.
Okay, quickly, we're on the Kowa stand in the optics marquee. I'd like to thank also my two helpers that brought the kit down today, complete strangers out of the thing they carried in. Please give them a round of applause, they were so good to me. We're at the Kowa stand, we're online, please come and see me. It gets inundated, but please I want to give you the best time. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Paul.